Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into The Summer I Turned Pretty Season 3 Episode 11 Ending Explained, and trust me, this episode is an emotional roller coaster. If you thought the previous episodes were intense, Episode 11 takes every storyline, every relationship, and every unresolved feeling and brings them to a heart-stopping climax, so grab your snacks and let's break it down. The episode opens with Belly standing alone on the beach at sunrise, reflecting on everything that has happened over the summer. You can feel the weight of her emotions as she looks out at the ocean, remembering the carefree days of her youth and the complicated love triangle she's found herself in. Her journey this season has been about discovering who she is, understanding what she wants, and finally confronting the feelings she's been trying to avoid, especially when it comes to Conrad and Jeremiah. Belly's relationship with Conrad has always been complicated, and this episode dives straight into that tension. Early on, we see Conrad struggling with his pride and fear of vulnerability. He's always been someone who hides his emotions, but Belly has become the one person who can break through his walls. The conversations between them in episode 11 are raw, honest, and incredibly emotional. Conrad admits that he's been holding back because he's afraid of losing her, afraid that if he fully opens his heart, he might get hurt. Belly listens, and for the first time, they truly communicate without misunderstandings, assumptions, or hesitation. This is the moment fans have been waiting for. Conrad letting his guard down and Belly seeing him for who he really is. Meanwhile, Jeremiah's arc in this episode is just as compelling. He has always been the more openly affectionate brother, but episode 11 shows his growth in a big way. Jeremiah realizes that love isn't about forcing someone to choose you or being possessive. There's a quiet, almost heartbreaking scene where he watches Belly and Conrad reconcile from afar. Instead of giving in to jealousy, he smiles softly, letting go of his own desires and accepting that Belly's happiness matters more than his own feelings. This moment adds so much depth to his character, showing a level of maturity that makes him more than just the other brother in the love triangle. The emotional core of the episode, of course, is the reunion between Belly and Conrad. After weeks of tension, misunderstandings, and heartbreak, they finally have a moment alone on the beach. The cinematography here is stunning. Soft golden sunlight, waves gently crashing, and the kind of quiet intimacy that makes you feel like you're standing right there with them. Conrad confesses that he loves Belly, not in a casual way, but with the intensity and passion that has always been hinted at but never fully expressed. Belly responds with honesty about her own fears and her own growth, admitting that she's finally ready to embrace her feelings and take the risk of loving him fully. What makes this scene so special is how it captures the bittersweet nature of growing up. This isn't a naive summer romance anymore. Both Conrad and Belly have changed. They've faced their insecurities, experienced heartbreak, and learned what truly matters. The dialogue between them is filled with vulnerability, tenderness, and a sense of finality, like the end of one chapter and the start of another. Fans of the show will notice how this moment ties back to earlier seasons, bringing closure to storylines that have been simmering since season 1. Episode 11 also gives us small but powerful moments with other characters that add richness to the story. Belly's family scenes remind us of the strong foundation she has in her life outside of romance. Her interactions with her mother and brother are touching, showing that her growth isn't just about love, it's also about understanding herself and the people who care about her. Even the supporting characters get moments of reflection that feel real and earned, making the summer feel like a complete, immersive world rather than just a love triangle. The ending itself is emotionally satisfying. Belly and Conrad's reunion is heartfelt and unhurried, letting the audience savor every second. At the same time, Jeremiah's acceptance of the situation leaves viewers with a bittersweet but uplifting feeling. There's closure, yes, but also hope for the future. The final beach scene lingers, symbolizing the endless possibilities ahead and the idea that while summers may end, the lessons and love we carry with us never truly fade. In conclusion, episode 11 is everything fans could hope for and more. It's a beautifully crafted mix of nostalgia, emotional growth, and romantic fulfillment. Every character experiences a form of resolution, and the ending leaves a perfect balance of closure and hope. If you've been following Belly, Conrad, and Jeremiah all these years, this episode feels like the emotional climax of the series, wrapping up their journeys while leaving just enough room to imagine what comes next. So what did you think of Belly and Conrad finally being together? How did you feel about Jeremiah letting go? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear every detail of your reaction, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more of The Summer I Turned Pretty breakdowns, episode explanations, and theory videos.